Welcome back to Joblots. Today we're going to be opening up some AliExpress packages. Just so everyone knows, if you're not a fan of GoPros or don't want to see a bunch of GoPro things, probably click away now because this is going to be GoPro heavy with only a couple of electronics teardown tools within this one. So we're going to start out with our first one. I have no idea what this is going to be. We're just going to slice her open, and already we have some fiber tape. Now this is for a battery project that I currently have going on, which I'll show later on in this video. We also have another package in a package, absolute classic. It is a GoPro case. Now I recently picked up some GoPro Hero 3s on the cheap, and my mate also gave me one. And the issue is I only have waterproof cases and I'm wanting to run a microphone on the motorcycle. So I bought this case because it's a regular waterproof case that's not quite waterproof, but it has a cutout on the side just there. So then you can run a microphone cable and charging cable into the camera. So that is going to be very handy for protecting the camera while also allowing inputs and outputs to it. And then there's nothing else in that one. So I toss that off to the side. Onto the next one. Another package in a package. Here we have a GoPro mount. I always have found that the AliExpress GoPro mounts and that kind of thing, they're not actually that bad quality wise. Here we have a GoPro head strap, so then can get some POV shots as I work on things, and just that kind of thing. Here we have a GoPro Hero 3 microphone. It has the mini B, I'm pretty sure that's called, and it goes to a 3.5mm audio jack, and then it also comes with a lav microphone in there. Here we have some repair tools. I've owned a set of these before, however they bend very easily, so I deem these a consumable, but all they are little aluminium spudging tools that you can use to pry open things. And you've got various different styles on both ends, and they're only, they're really cheap, and I strongly recommend buying them, and if you can afford it, buy multiple sets at a time. And then we finally have a bunch of GoPro adhesive mounts. It claims 40, but I think it's 20 mounts because they count the 3M double-sided tape as well. It's not even 3M, but close enough. So that's going to be really good for mounting up to things. So hopefully in the future I can have an above bench camera like up here to have a top-down view along with this angle just here. This one we're just going to rip open. And here we have 100 little plastic spudges. Again, these are really good for opening up items when you don't want to damage them. The issue with metal tools is you end up scuffing up plastics and cutting into things. But these, they'll deform before whatever you're working on does. These are consumable because obviously being plastic, they deform very quickly. So buy them in packs of 100. It also works out a lot cheaper that way. What else do we have in here? Just another GoPro mount. We're not going to worry about that too much. Wonder what we have in here. So here we have a tripod mount for GoPros. I don't really know if I'm going to be using it that much. However, I saw it. It was like $4 Australian. I thought, why not? And it's made out of aluminium. You got your, I always forget what the tripod size is, but it's what cameras and tripods and that kind of thing have them into a little GoPro mount. As I said, this is very GoPro heavy, and I was not lying. This one back here, got no idea what it is. Probably another GoPro mount, and it is. So it's an open case. This will be for if the GoPros are not going to be exposed to weather. That way not having a second cover over the lens. So then the lens is nice and clear. Simple, flexible. Again, there's not really much to say about it, and it comes with yet another one of these GoPro mounts, but this one has branding, which is very interesting. And we have the final one. Actually, hang on. There's also some GoPro Hero 3 doors. I have the doors for mine, but they are very easy to lose. They just go here and they cover up the side interface. And the final package, this one's been a very quick one. We have some 40mm Captain tape. Again, this is for battery builds, but also when you're reflowing components, it's very good to lay this around so then you're not transferring as much heat to whatever components you're doing. So I'd be very curious to see how the AliExpress one goes. I usually buy my Captain tape from JCar here in Australia. However, I thought I'd give the AliExpress stuff a try purely because it is so much cheaper. Here we have a balaclava. This is for riding on the motorcycle or on my bicycle. It's currently winter in Australia and it is absolutely freezing. You literally have icicles come out of your nose, and they're very cheap on AliExpress. Hey, here we go. I've been very keen for this. I've owned these before and they're absolutely awesome. However, they do have, especially if you use them a lot, they do have a short service life. So all it is, you put your isopropyl alcohol or whatever liquid you want in there. You got a little screw top, and then you've got like a little blunt Luanok needle, and it just goes on top, and then you can do that. So these are really good for pulling batteries off things because you can precisely get isopropyl alcohol down the side of the battery so it goes under the battery and then it lifts off. And this is my previous one and it has a longer one, so I'll be putting this one onto the new one. But the issue is they sometimes crack along here and sometimes they break up the end. So again, this is a consumable. Buy a couple of them whenever you do buy them. And I'm pretty sure I bought a couple of them. And here we have another one. And that appears to be all, aside from one other item. It's very interesting. I am missing some batteries. So I had ordered some batteries to do a battery swap on something, but they do not appear to be within this lot of packages, which is actually very upsetting. And the final item is this motorcycle battery case. As you can see down in there, it's got some terminals. Now, this is because I actually did a teardown of a battery. Now, unfortunately, it's not on the channel. I'm possibly getting another one from the seller to do a review teardown, but obviously it was all covered up, heat shrink and that kind of thing. But I pulled it open to actually check the quality of it, and it's actually pretty good. So this is again for my motorcycle, nice BMS, and this case is so then I'm not, I can still use it. So as you can see, a bit of room for the BMS and lugs and vice versa. So that is going to be really good. I appreciate you watching this sorry, not teardown. Appreciate you watching this unboxing of AliExpress packages. Hope you enjoyed. And until the next one, have a good one.